Welcome to xGameZones, hub to latest popular games, reviews, preview and news. Middle-earth, Shadow of War is a woman with midnight black hair and a dress torn in intentionally strategic locations. You'll then learn that she's a version of Shelob, a giant deadly spider creature. The game explains her mysterious human form in time, and while fans of Lord of the Rings lore might have trouble embracing this unique interpretation of Tolkien storytelling, it shows that Shadow of War is a game that's willing to take risks with its source material. And, in a way, this example represents the full arc of the game. Off-putting in the beginning, disappointing in the end, but seeing how they explain it all is an exciting ride. Please subscribe in our YouTube channel and follow and like us on Facebook #xGameZones. Visit our site at www.xgamezones.com for more gaming review. Shadow of War is populated by powerful orc captains that have specific strengths, weaknesses, and personality traits defined by the game's nemesis system. The number of fears, special abilities, and beneficial powers are much more robust than the first game, making it important to find a strategic approach to taking down some of the game's more powerful foes. The amount of information you get about each orc once you've revealed its vulnerabilities can feel almost overwhelming, but you quickly adapt to the game's shorthand and what traits to look out for. Your primary goal is to raise an army against the forces of Mordor by recruiting every Orcish leader you meet. These characters strike the perfect balance of humor and absurdity against the dull seriousness of the human cast, and you'll wish the quirkier denizens of Mordor could be constant companions instead of the brief vignettes that flash across the screen when you either kill or are killed by one. One especially colorful character I met was an orc prophet who yelled at me about some serpent cult he was a part of. I ended up killing him, but it left a lot of questions in my mind about how orc religions work. In the moment, these tense battles are the core of the Shadow of War experience, but the overarching narrative outside of the broad tour Mordor, fight Sauron's forces, feels directionless. Part of that's because you don't spend enough time with any secondary characters, except for Golem, whose brief appearance is somehow still too long. Characters you meet in the game have relatively short asides that range from the absolutely boring save some Gondorians to the furiously funny learn how fight pits work with Bruz the Orc. It's hard to get invested in the stories of less interesting characters, and once you've completed a few of their quests, they disappear forever anyway. And, like most open-world games, after you've spent a couple hours running around collecting trinkets, it makes an NPC's entreaty about an imminent enemy invasion feel less immediately pressing. Bafflingly, that battle isn't the end of the game. Shadow of War continues on, but with its momentum drained completely. What should be an exciting climax instead descends into a tedious slog for a cutscene that doesn't quite feel worth the time and effort. In the game's actual final act, you cycle through the 4 fortresses you explored previously for a total of 20 more defending siege battles. If you haven't upgraded the orcs you met early in the game and up until this point, there was no reason you have to replace and upgrade your entire retinue of orcs to match this more powerful invading force. The enemies you face level up with each encounter, so you're also forced into upgrading each castle over and over again, either by building up your current orc army or finding new fighters and replacing the old. This Sisyphean quest has no corresponding significant characters to keep you company or explain why it's important to tackle the defense missions in the order you do. It's not even clear, exactly, why you want to do them at all. Almost every item and orc has some type of associated rarity, which scales from common to rare to epic to legendary, and with higher rarity comes more abilities. For orcs, this means that they have additional, more powerful attributes that aren't available elsewhere. For weapons, it includes perks like 48% chance that a headshot lights enemies on fire. The buffs are useful, but the effects aren't so amazing that you'd keep a significantly underpowered weapon or orc just for its benefits. It feels like a system tacked on purely to add another set of items to collect. Going beyond skills and menus, one of Shadow of War's more controversial additions is its online storefront, where you can pay real-world money to earn loot boxes that have guaranteed high rarity orcs and equipment. One early quest in the game gives you a small sum of the paid currency to purchase some loot boxes, but you can also buy them from the store using an earned in-game currency called Mirian. Going beyond skills and menus, one of Shadow of War's more controversial additions is its online storefront, where you can pay real-world money to earn loot boxes that have guaranteed high rarity orcs and equipment. One early quest in the game gives you a small sum of the paid currency to purchase some loot boxes, but you can also buy them from the store using an earned in-game currency called Mirian. If you have any comments or suggestion, feel free to comment below. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe in our YouTube channel and follow and like us on Facebook #xGameZones. For more gaming review, visit our site at www.xgamezones.com. Don't forget to click the notification bell.